content shared in this YouTube video, as well as any resources linked below, is not intended to be interpreted or relied upon as financial advice. We are not lawyers, accountants, or financial advisors, nor do we claim to be. The information provided is not a replacement for personalized financial advice from a qualified professional who understands the specific details of your situation. While we strive to ensure the accuracy and value of the information shared on this channel and through associated resources, it should not be considered a recommendation to avoid consulting with a financial professional. Always seek guidance from a trusted expert to address your unique circumstances.
Konnichiwa! You know we got to say that shit. Before I bring up our guest here on the shit show, you guys, you know how we do it.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only EcoBuildr.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's going to wash your butt, and your butt's going to be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? In the land of poet, where the tokens play, Richard Hart's the king, leading the way. Stole the bidet, golden and grand, for his dear mom in this magical land. King Pui, where means and DeFi meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pui land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. Tokens down the drain, not lost but found. In the kingdom of Pui, where riches abound. Richard Hart reigns with the scepter so bright, turning waste into wealth with all his might. King Pui, where memes and DeFi meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pui land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see. From the day's first gleam to PulseChain stream, every flush brings a dream. With humor and grace in this magical place, Pui lands a space where dreams embrace. King Pui, where memes and DeFi meet. Flush your doubts away, feel the crypto beat. In Pui land, where laughter's the key. Join the kingdom now, come and see.
What's going on, everyone? It's John here, Crypto Compassion. We have ourselves episode 68. And we have an awesome guest today, EcoBuildr, putting in the work, HEX, Pulsechain, the Richard Hart community. It should be a good one. I know he has a lot in the kitchen that he's cooking, and so that's the exciting stuff. I love seeing people putting in the work. You know what I mean? Like, just like people that are trying to expand this digital nation and make it better. And so with no further ado, you guys hit the like, sub, all that kind of stuff. We got a lot of great stuff in line as far as what we're trying to do for the HEX and Pulsechain ecosystem. Let's talk about it. Here comes EcoBuildr and Rip City Pulse. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Hoorah!
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Eco
Yeah,
B.
Eco B.
What do I call you, man?
Yeah, man. I go by EcoBuildr, and
That's right.
I also have a YouTube channel that's Hex Futures, and then together with some of the guys that think about like the environment and how we fit within it, and healthy living and appropriate ways of going forward we formulated the HEX Guild, which was originally HEX Foodies. So that's another channel that I operate, HEX Guild.
Nice.
And that was born like the EcoBuildr. The eco doesn't stand for economy. Instead, it stands for ecology, because
Nice.
I studied permaculture before getting into crypto stuff. So that's where the HEX Foodies thing came from, the HEX Guild and the EcoBuildr.
Nice. So I threw in the chat there, HEX Futures, for anybody to go check it out. Obviously, go and sub and watch. I like the permaculture stuff. I mean, that's the stuff that like Rip City and I myself were always talking about, like hitting the, as things get crazy in the world, we're like, okay, 5 acres and farming and call it whatever you want, a commune, call it Viberville, like Viber Finance, like that kind of talk. We talk about it with Randy. And so not only are they going down to Panama to have a crypto meetup, they're always talking about like, hey, how do we buy like 100 acres? Everybody gets 5 acres. And basically we have ourselves the ability, if things get really crazy, we're doing it. And I think it's a good idea to start putting it into practice before things get crazy. And
almost thinking about becoming a teakwood farmer.
Teakwood
in Panama. Yeah, he's got. Might be. Hey, we'll be checking that out while we're there.
I don't know anything about growing teakwood or how long it takes. I think
it's like a 10-year tenement or something, and I need to look into it a little bit more, but I think it's like $100,000. You're tax free while you're there. I don't know all the details, but I know it seemed interesting when I heard about it a couple of years ago. But now, we're there. We're going to be talking about all that at the No Permissions convention that we're going to. Little mini Anarchapulco that Randy's putting on, and who best to put it on than somebody that has been to, I don't know how many Anarchapulcos he's been to, but yeah, it's going to be epic. There's about 60 of us showing up. You should be there. Maybe next year, Eco.
I don't know. My life is.
Hey, SJ's going to be there.
It's well, you enticed me now.
Yeah, I know. She's going to be there too. There's a lot of people coming. RG's going to be there. I mean, there's a lot of people going to be there, and so it's going to be an epic time. A week. Randy picked up the catamaran to go on to the canal. The canal. It's going to be fun, and a lot of us are all meeting for the first time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good,
I fly by the seat of my pants, so it's not out of my realm to just fly down there.
Just like buy a ticket, right? Like right after the show, I'm going to buy a ticket. No,
I don't have any responsibilities.
Nice.
We had an awesome open mic session with you where you kind of expelled upon some of the things that you're doing, and so obviously, so many people in the community. Just a refresher. Obviously, you've done postcards for years,
and with a group of guys.
With a group of guys, and some people don't even know that are in the community. And so, I want to highlight that first for a little bit, and then I kind of want to transition into the opportunity that you're kind of like the target that you're shooting for as far as the reality show.
Yeah.
So, I guess let people know a little bit about the postcards for people that just don't know, because I do know that a lot of people do know that, but maybe they don't know the impact that you've had, and or the like I did quick math the other day, just in stamps alone, it was like 125K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like people don't understand like so much of what people do. Sometimes people don't see what happens in the background of what people are doing and cooking for this community in order to expand a better opportunity for everyone to win.
So, did y'all see Richard's tweet just this morning or something? It was about marketing. Like,
yes,
you need to get out there and market. And so
that's right.
There was an early video of Richard alone saying that direct mail is a way to get through gatekeeping. And so our boy,
the spam king, yeah. The spam king.
And
Totally.
Yeah. So there's I don't know if if this comes through to people, but there's this sexiness of getting something in front of people's eyes and appealing to them and having it to where, okay, now you made a stamp on their mind. They now have a physical item that they can place in their house somewhere to mark that thought and follow through with it in the future. So one of our guys, Togosh, Togosh. He's not active on Twitter. He's over in Telegram. He had been active, but if you want to reach him, he's under the handle on Twitter, HEX Postcards. And he saw Richard say, we literally need direct mail marketing. And so he started this campaign, hexpostcards.com. And started taking on donations and sending out postcards. And I don't know when it was exactly that I joined him, but he and I had already set up this Texas Telegram group in order for us to have some meetups here in Texas and formulate the community. And then also there's a guy over in Houston. He goes by Hex Fan Network, Victor. So Victor over in Houston, he joined the group, and so did Philip Banks. And Philip Banks was the Hexakin who has a printing press, basically. He, if you ever need any graphical work and printing work, check him out. I think his real name is Philip. So then he just had that little fun thing, Philip Banks. So what he's able to do is to give us the lowest cost on printing. He's able to get us postcards. If we print enough of them, they're 6 cents each.
Nice.
So it's the postage that costs all the amount. So the lowest I've seen on postcards costing is 27 cents to the door per household, right? And the highest I've seen is 45 cents. And why is there a difference? It's because the United States Postal Service changes per zip code. The prices vary. So Togosh was over here in Texas. I'm over here in Texas, and I'm outspoken. I put my face out on the internet. I watch what I say, so it's not financial advice, you know. And so I just ended up eventually becoming the face of Hex Postcards, along with Victor, because Victor's been on Maddie's shows before, and the conference. I think on the last conference he was representing Hex Postcards. So I think we've sent out like 543,000 postcards now. So
wow.
If you crunch those numbers and then, you know, take out the 6 to 8 cents per postcard, then you'd probably arrive at like $350,000 for postage.
Nuts.
Now, whose money are we spending? We're spending donations that are coming in, people that are supporting us. And 100% of the donations that come in are going straight to the product, getting to people's doors and the service of that stuff. We're not taking a profit whatsoever. And in fact, we're running competitions every once in a while to generate interest, but also to get the community's participation with the content on the cards. And this latest competition that we did was letters. So there was, whenever Hex had its peak, then somebody sent out some letters that were very professional, and I think it was 3 pages. There was one for Pulsechain, PulseX, and HEX, telling people that the sacrifices were coming up with the Pulsechain and the PulseX. Well, I still don't know who actually did those, who sent those out.
I remember those.
But a great case study for us to return to later. And then so that's what our latest competition was featuring. Like, hey, this is an example of something that happened in the past. What would be your suggestions of letter stuff going on going forward? So we had a lot of submissions. Miss Hexakin, who's very outspoken on Twitter, she won the competition, and right now Togosh is communicating with a new printer because, you know, these are letters. This is not something that Philip Banks has done before. So then there's a whole like folding and packing that has to happen, and then like I believe we have to get our envelopes from a different supplier. So we have to have one supplier ship to the other supplier, and then those folks get it over to the USPS. And that's what happens with this stuff is you just get it to the USPS with instructions and enough money, and boom, it just goes. So I don't actually receive any postcards unless there's like extra, like if Philip Banks has an order for 9,000 postcards, but yet the printing optimization on price goes, you have to get 10,000 at a time, then that extra 1,000 needs to go somewhere. So whoever was the latest person to say, hey, if you get any extra postcards, send them my way, then we just distribute straight to them. So in that way, that expense, sending it out to somebody, like a box of them, that's Philip Banks just does that out of the kindness of his heart. Like the postage, you know, we're not charging anybody for this stuff. And initially, whenever the postcards started, Togosh put a lot of his own money into the thing to get it going. Like we've got website domains to pay for, you know.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of stuff. Like a few guys are holding up stuff, you know, like they're the pillars for this organization. So yeah, you can find out more at hexpostcards.com. If you want to figure out how much it would cost to send postcards to your area, you can go to hexpostcards.com/instructions. And there is a link to a website that's the company's name that's online is called Print for Less. And those folks will allow you to submit designs to them and sort of like plan out a postcard. And then you can say what postal zip codes you want to send to, and it'll give you an estimation of how much it would cost. So if you want to estimate how much it would cost, just follow through with those instructions. I've sent postcards to my local area once. I think it was like $1,200 for 3,600 houses, but I'm not sure.
So P&W has a good question. How do you decide where they are going? What cities? What's the mathematics on that one?
So I've tried to interact with the community and say like, hey, we could send to this area for a certain amount of price. And a few people took us up on it. We got special donations just because people were like, I live in this area, or friends of mine, you know, live in this area and I would love to influence them. Please send postcards to that area. So special donations could decide if it is that you want to target people and you want us to do the work instead of following through with those instructions that I just told you, or what we've been doing in the leadership of the group. The leader is Togosh, so he's the executive dictatorship type person, which we all respect because he's also the techie and the mind behind the whole thing. So Togosh has a list of the wealthiest zip codes. And so that's what we've been doing is we've been hitting those. And if you go to that instructions /instructions website that I was talking about, then you can see a list of the zip codes in a table format. Because if you send out, if you donate and if you send out to one of these, we want to know about it. Please report back to us so that we'll know, like, okay, these people have been sent one lately. Maybe we'll go to the next zip code on the line.
So as we're talking in real time, I hopped over to Chat GPT and I asked about what zip codes in America are most receptive to crypto investing. It spit out Nevada, California, New York, but then it says Ashburn, Virginia, boasts the highest number of cryptocurrency users per capita in the U.S. So, anyways,
John loves ChatGPT, man. Everything goes through chat.
We all look at the tools that we have, and I do know that we all bring a different element. Bottom line is, I never want to get caught in the situation where Terminator in the future, where it's like, I don't know how to operate without Chat GPT or AI, but I do see it as a tool, and it's kind of like my little assistant that will have me do things, build out these YouTube thumbnails and or the descriptions for shows. And it's just a tool, man. I mean, like, I know I'm pretty smart, but like, I feel like that's kind of like a superpower that I could use to use. I feel like it's better than just asking Google in the search bar, because then it's going to pop open all these go buy from this or that. I feel like it just disseminates the information down to like exactly what I want. That being the case, there are some zip codes out there that look like they could be. I feel like if our community just gets on the razor edge of using these tools, man, we're already a force to be reckoned with. Just imagine like us just like fine tuning our abilities to be like that much more decisive.
That's a great, the great list to go off of. And hey, if anybody's questioning your integrity and the integrity of HEX postcards, look, I've gotten 2 envelopes from you guys, one with my surname, my actual name, and I don't even know how you guys got my addresses. I think you have my home address and my PO box, which I was like, holy shit, how did this happen? But it is happening, and it's amazing quality. You can give these out. Dude, thank you for what you guys are doing. And I think this kind of happened around the time of the NASCAR stuff happening. Is that right? Okay. When Richard started speaking out about how important direct mail was, and I don't know if that's the timing
I think it was right before that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so Togash took Richard's words literally, and created this thing. And then I don't know where the idea of postcards came up, but it's graphical. It's right in your face. There was a guy named Steed who was the original graphic designer with Togash, flushing out that first design, which we used for at least a year, maybe a year and a half. And it's still some people's favorite postcard design. And then that postcard is like 9 inches by 6.5. So it really sticks out in all the mail, you have that in your mailbox and you have to carry it. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's imprinting, right? It's imprinting, it's exposure. It doesn't even matter if they actually read it. It's imprinting that logo. It's genius. And Richard's always been right about, everything. This is a major deal that you guys took on, and I think he actually even donated to the cause a little bit, maybe.
I don't know.
If he did, he'd probably do it in an anonymous way, knowing.
But he often calls us out. He often,
right.
Gives us a highlight. Like just recently with the letter competition 2 weeks ago, he put us. He was there, and then he also gave all sorts of ideas about how you could connect with people inside of the letter. That was the longest tweet that he had written in the last. I don't even know how long. I mean, that was a long tweet.
He feels strongly about this issue.
Definitely. And then so that's why like I don't know what I need to do to get in front of people to say like, let's turn the light on.
Right.
Yes.
Like you can work with us, with our group, or you can work alone. You can advertise your token. You can, do whatever to outreach and get in front of people. Like I said, I've done a HEX postcards mailing to my local area, and then I altered the card a little bit to have it to where it's the QR code for my YouTube channel so that people can come straight back to me, and know me locally and me as their local representative for the face of whatever.
Nice.
And I actually think that that might be a possible business model, like crypto consulting. Our president just released a meme token, right?
That's right.
So how much space do you have to operate in? My idea is that my idea is to cut up Texas into regions and then have it to where the most outspoken and trustworthy people can be a region representative, and then we get them started, or I get them started with a send out to their local area. On the card, it has a QR code where they can follow for self-propelled learning. They can follow this QR code to a video that teaches them a lot, or they can call the person that's on the card, that local representative. They can call them at their Google number, or email them at their Google thing, or contact them on their screen name. You know, you don't even have to give over your day-to-day stuff, information, and just have it on there. Like, I'm going to charge you $200 an hour, which is appropriate for getting crypto exposure. And so I imagine the phone call just consists of you telling somebody how to send you money.
Right.
And that's their experience is how do I want to attach my bank money, I guess, or my credit card to crypto, how to hold it, and then how to send it, and how to keep secure. And like in the early days of Pulsechain and HEX as well, we would be inside the Telegram chat, and Papa Boner would come in there and he would say, "You better teach these people about wallet security first." And it's like, dude, I respect you, Papa. But at the same time, like, allow people to play around with like $30 and then tell them, you know, wallet security is really important. If you're going to bring over $1,000 or $10,000, then, you know, do that sort of thing. But let people get a little bit of wet, you know, let them have a little bit of fun, or understand the extents that they can take it. But
I mean, I understand Papa B. He wants to start him out right and give him good, solid habits. But yeah, he can get a little bit. Anyway, hey, Eco, I want to tell you thank you for coming on. I got to go back into work, but I wanted to tell you thank you for one thing, for everything you guys are doing. It is vital to our existence that you are doing what you're doing. So keep it up, and we love you for it. And hey, you're welcome here anytime. We have an open mic Monday and Thursday every week. And if you just wanted to pop in for 5 or 10 minutes and just say, "Hey, this is what I'm doing," you know, we would welcome you at any time, dude. Because we need you out here, you know, tooting the horn.
Now, you held up those cards.
I did.
And those cards are something that I started doing on top of HEX postcards. So those are They're out brilliant. Of my pocket. Those are designed by me because I have a little bit of Photoshop skills. Nice. And the idea there is to get tools into people's hands so that they can, you know, out there in the grocery store line, have a conversation with somebody and leave them something to remember the conversation.
Yeah, and I have. It's a great tool. You know, you're like I said, you're not trying to impress anybody. Like, I don't impress on anybody, anything long term when I'm first meeting them. I'm literally just planting a seed. I'm telling them, you know, it's exposure and having them see something and imprinting it. It really does work. And at some point, all of that is going to come to fruition. It's just a process, and we're in it. It's a revolution, and we're in it. And you know, 5 years, 10 years down the road, everything that we're doing now is going to matter then. So we appreciate what you do. Keep up the good work, and we love you. And yeah, you're welcome anytime. I got to go to work.
Thank you.
Hoorah, hoorah, guys.
Later, man. Hoorah.
So I was in a meetup.com Austin Bitcoin virtual meetup last night.
Okay.
And so there was this new lady named Beth, and we asked her like, hey, when did you get involved in crypto, and like, why are you here, you know? And so she used meetup.com to find Bitcoin meetups, cryptocurrency meetups and stuff, and she had only been interested in crypto for 2 weeks. How did she get interest in crypto? It was TikTok. She'd been
Oh, wow.
watching TikTok videos for 2 weeks, and then she saw that Trump was launching his own thing, and that he was pointing to crypto as being, you know, the course of the future. So all it takes is, well, first of all, like we're going through some times right now where things are changing rapidly. But with the idea with marketing is that logo right there, the little HEX logo that I've got behind me. If somebody sees that saturating their area for like 6 or 7 times, they're going to
Yep.
think that it's overload. It's all over the place. I got to figure out what it is that this thing is. Like I don't have an explanation yet. I got to ask my questions. So that's how this stuff works.
Yeah, it's definitely, like you said, it's the number of impressions. It's not typically just the first one. It's not even the second one. It's not even the third one. It's just like it's just that consistency and that repetitive nature of just getting in front of them and showing them, and then it's our ability to deliver like the value of why. You know, what's the why? You know what I mean? And you know, so much that we talk about is, you know, along with the Richard Hart ethos, is like get out of the corporate and the government institutions and into DeFi. Regain your sovereignty. Take it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here for the revolution. That's
right.
That's what got me into crypto, because I come from a libertarian mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that lady last night, she said, we all know somebody who bought Bitcoin in an early stage. And it's like, yeah, okay. Nowadays, we have had enough conversations to understand that there is like, what do you call it, to where it's like, I don't know that person, but they know somebody that I know. So degrees of separation or whatever. Like everybody knows of a guy who had made money off of cryptocurrencies. And it's not that she wants to just hit it rich. She wants to be a part of what's happening next.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, whether it's the computer tech or AI tech, you know that there's something coming. You could either get in front of it and learn it, or be grandma saying, how do I get on the computer? How do I send an email? How do
I explained to her like how Crypty Girl in our community, she at some point she got in front of the camera. I guess it was during the Highest Stakes movie. There at the preview of the movie, she's on there saying like back in the day people didn't understand email, and now we're basically emailing coin. That's the equivalent, you know, like the last 10 years or 20 years, older folks have adopted email, started putting cell phones on their hips, able to do all this stuff from their hand. And now it's just like, you know, an easy explanation is we're able to email money now.
Yeah, completely. And the beauty of it too is when you do the right things, you know that money is in a safe that no one can touch. You know what I mean? Where like we live in a system where it's like, you know, if somebody, whatever, for whatever reason, thinks that they have access to your wealth, they can just kind of reach in the matrix of your, you know what I mean, and just be like, we're gonna take that. You know, someone tripped and fell on your property and we sued you. We're kind of come in and take that. And to me, that's like going back to that liberation mindset of like, no, you're not gonna step foot and just start taking willy-nilly what you feel like you want to take. And then on top of it, you add in HEX and the mechanics that it allows for people to continue to garner yield, be the bank, take back their sovereignty. And so that's really cool stuff. I like what you're talking about. I know that, you know, sometimes within Pulsechain that we're trying to navigate all these different cryptocurrencies and tokens and highlight good projects. I got talking with, I know, like Crispy Man today, and him and Axis coming on the show and kind of highlighting, getting back to the roots of Pulsechain and HEX and the fundamentals of the beauty of HEX, you know what I mean? The T-shares and everything like that. There's so much power in it, and we forget how beautiful the mechanics and how flawless the operation has been for the last 5, almost 6 years now. Goodness.
That's why I'm here. That's why my logo hasn't changed. You know, I've got the tequila sunrise in my logo. Shoot, I operate HEX Futures on YouTube. I'm the admin of HEX Postcards, HEX Texas, HEX Guild. I'm all about HEX. I love it. I talk about it all the time, introduce it to folks.
Yeah.
So
but switching gears a little bit, I want to talk about,
will you put my label?
Go ahead.
Will you put my label on the screen? Like have it to where that comment goes down so that I can show off this URL that's right here in my name. Sweet. So this URL right here is a way for you to get in touch with me. I mean, both of the things, my handle or the URL, in order to get some of those cards sent to you. I've sent out to almost 600 people now, and you can, you know, based on those 600 and you know, all the feed, like you can just run through the feed of all the people who have said thank you to me for these. I hope that that's good enough confirmation that I'm a worthy individual and that I'm not going to sell your information. And then what I recommend is, like, if people are worried about me having your address of any sort, maybe you have a PO box, maybe you have somebody in your family's address that you could send me, or your local company. Like I could send it to a business address.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I kind of deal with that now that I haven't gone public with it, but as far as like, I know basically we have a crypto swag store that's about to be released. It's cross chain, but a heavy emphasis is going to be for Pulsechain and HEX, with all those funds kind of coming back. But bottom line is there is that caveat where, yes, on the back end, you do have access to some people's addresses and what have you.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're out. Yeah.
Here's a bumper sticker. And I get these printed at stickermule.com. Nice. They allow you, if you want to go to Sticker Mule and you want to try out an idea, just go to their homepage and click on Get Sample. And for $10, you can get 10 samples. So something like this might cost a little bit more than that. So they'll up the price to like $16 for those 10. But of course you can get, you know, your full run later on once you figured out your sizes and how you want it to print. But this would be cheaper than $10. And then these smaller cards, I don't get these from Sticker Mule. I get these run off by Philip Banks, the printer that I've been talking about. And we can do like, I think it's like 5 of these for a penny. So imagine like you get 3,500 of these in the mail for like $70.
Okay.
It's very inexpensive and it takes a long time to get through them. This certain one is for HEX Scout. So we've got the QR code to upload people to it, letting them know that it's on Android and Apple, and then a little bit of walkthrough and letting them know that there is assistance available, because HEX Scout does that sort of thing. Like whenever it is that you send out stuff, you got to think about, how are these people going to approach you? How are you going to polish up your service? So that's why the idea about the regional people, the representatives with a Google number, is very important to me, because if you put a phone number on it and a face on it, like let's put some face on crypto, right?
Yep.
Then these older folks aren't going to be afraid to pick up the phone and give you a call with their inquiry. But if you have it to where it's just a screen name on Twitter, hey, get in touch with me, who are you actually appealing to? Maybe only the people who already have crypto, who are already over in those areas.
Right. And so, speaking about putting a face to crypto, what about having a reality show? Let's transition over to that for like the next 15 to 20 minutes before we bring things down, because obviously postcards, it's like a work in progress still. It's going to be like its own machine that you continue to foster and take care of. But then it's like, now you're like, okay, I'm going to start up a new journey, and that's going to be this whole reality show, which is like awesome, crazy, and let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I know that a lot of people have had the idea. I mean, but who's actually going to act on it? And
Exactly.
so I'm one of those people that, hey, what can I organize? What can I do for the community? I want to pass this this project on to other peoples that are responsible. But here at the beginning, whenever you have to incubate something and really get it formulated so that people understand what direction things are going to go, and what is it? Just make it gold, to where some people have something to gather around and then to take it forward. So yeah, it's a brainchild, I guess, of mine. And then so I've been asking some folks in the community, hey, will you help me out with this? I've been in DMs with people who don't necessarily want to be a part of the project, like boots on the ground as it's happening in a timely manner. Instead, they just like being at a distance and a little bit of advisor and offering ideas. So over at I talked about the HEX Guild.
Yeah.
Our Telegram channel is t.me/HEX Foodies, because that's what we originated with, right? And there's a little subtopic inside of there that's called Reality TV. We have given the name Reality TV. We gave it the name Noob Decentral. So that's our Twitter handle, Noob Decentral. And thanks and shout out to Crypto Wonder for that name. He's one of the people that I've been talking in DMs, and he's offered that much. And so lately we've been like brushing out the ideas, brushing out the imagery, the logo. I've hired somebody to do a commercial, a teaser, a sizzler, as it was explained to me last time I was here. A sizzler is what you call that initial video that captivates people's attention.
Right.
I've been playing around with AI in order to get some of these images of what I had in mind to start out with, but we're constantly bringing new ideas to the table and just putting them out there and seeing how the brainstorming can generate. Initially, we wanted a very quick timeline. I still want it to be a quick timeline on getting to the process of shooting this thing, so that then the video and footage and everything is there for whoever's going to edit it. I was in communication with a guy who's in cryptocurrency. He's a producer, and he analyzed his timeline and said, okay, maybe this isn't going to work. So that's why right now we're kind of up in the air on exactly when it's going to happen. Where is it going to happen? Quite possibly outside of LA, because one of the people in our community raised their hand and said, hey, I've got a house that isn't being used much. The person that lives there kind of like comes and goes throughout the year. And so this this possibly could work for you guys. So right now, that's kind of the location that we're thinking. And then so like a huge discussion in the Telegram chat is, are people going to wear costumes? Because if you can imagine, like trying to convey yourself to a local area, if you have to be out on the town and have to wear a costume, could be pretty hard, could be challenging, but there could be some upsides to that. You know, you get recognized. They're not going to judge you for certain things, but they will judge you for other things. But yeah, the gameplay interaction is still up in the air. I've got my ideas. I've contributed quite a few of the ideas that are over there in the Telegram.
Nice. And speaking of that Telegram, we have Wild Eshe throwing that up in chat for everybody to go check out, as far as t.me/hex foodies. Check it out.
Yeah, and right now I've got a competition lasting until Monday, a music competition, because we're seeking people's submissions for theme song. So that would be played in the Sizzler and advertisements going forward, and then maybe that'll end up being the show's theme song as well. And I've been in communication with people in DMs about that, so I know that there are some people working on it and that they're very interested. And I didn't know how successful that competition was going to be, so I just put out like I'll give $100 to whoever it is that has the ambition to do this. And then, if you can imagine, you help us out, we help you out, so we'll give praise to you forever. Just like Crypto Wonder, thank you so much for coming up with that name, the Noob Decentral.
Yeah, and so I want to throw that in chat too. That just in real time, I went ahead and you guys check it out. There's the tweet there from Noob Central. Bada bing, throw that in chat. Go check it out. That's the music competition that you guys got going on. I mean, not to highlight music, man. I'm in the background. We've been working on a lot of fun stuff for music coming to the blockchain. And it's exciting. I mean, obviously you're down in Texas where live music's a thing. I think if we can get Pulsechain, music's just something that just vibes with people. So I like it. I got a couple people in LA that I think that might have a house too. So we'll have to talk. One in particular has a crypto project that is on the blockchain, and he has a house down in LA also, so he might have the accessibility for that to be available. We'll see.
So the issue right now is, what does the gameplay look like?
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. Is like everybody thinks about the reality TV show. Oh yeah, like something goes viral. This thing happened. This weird situation that just blew up, right? But then we're sitting there watching Fish Tank, like things that come. That's a reality TV show for people who didn't know. I didn't know until like a month ago. So we're analyzing other reality TV shows and saying, okay, I like this, I don't like that. Shane is in there. The Rob Token guy, he's inside of our Telegram, investigating live streaming backpacks.
Okay.
So there's a lot involved with that. There's a lot involved whenever it's the first time that you're going to set up 8 different cameras inside of a house, that sort of thing. So the same thing with text to chat. So an idea is that we have this live backpack. People are out in the town and they're communicating, and then all of a sudden somebody does a super chat, and then it reads out like, this guy looks like a boomer or whatever, and it just destroys the conversation. Like, I'm not a boomer.
I like that though, because if we could get crypto to interact with the actual reality show, and we're not just talking about hexagons or pulsekins, you start gravitating people from Solana and everyone else that is like, giving credit where credit's due, like doggone it, them freaking hexagons and Pulsechains over there making waves. But you know what? This is like epic stuff where like I'm hopping in here, giving a $500 super chat for them. You know, just I think that kind of interaction would be freaking awesome.
And we're still looking for auditions. We're still looking for people to come on the show. So that's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like an ongoing competition. So like
What about a
crypto.
competition between blockchains?
Yeah, all over crypto. Come on and out. But the initial idea is that we have it to where people have to transact in Pulsechain in order to get their points for the day or their credit for the day. And so that's a part of like the competition while they're in the reality TV show. But like it would be cool if we got a no coiner at all. It would be cool if we got somebody from Solana and Ethereum, and these other blockchains, and even a Bitcoiner. And then that would make the angles like people would learn so much about salesmanship and where people's minds are. And then it also makes it to where you really imprint like there's something going on with this crypto stuff. I mean, if Trump's meme coin wasn't enough for you, so we're not making it to where like people have to be Pulsechain only. We're just trying to bring it back to Pulsechain. And I'm encouraging people all across Pulsechain, come get involved. If you've got your token and you want more exposure, maybe this is the opportunity.
What if you like bring Fear Factor back? Be like Crypto Factor or something. I don't know.
And another thing that I wanted to say is that I'm trying to, with that gameplay, I'm trying to weave in some sci-vibe stuff, because it would be really nice if we taught some good lessons and weren't only destructive in, you know, our experiment, I guess. Like I don't want anybody to go to the insane asylum because they operated on this, you know.
For sure.
Interesting.
Rip, you got anything else that you kind of want to add to it? Because you know, I feel like this conversation, like an hour just isn't enough.
Yeah. Well, that's why you should come back, buddy, for sure.
I know. I you know what I mean? I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, there's so much to expel here. But
I would like to say you should reach out to Randy. And I don't think there's any VIP tickets available left, but I think he has other tickets available. Since you're fly by the seat of your pants, you might just be able to come down and hang out with us. So reach out to Hilarski. Yeah, he probably has some tickets for you.
Yeah, now that Trump is president, I'm not afraid to leave and come back. During Biden's thing, I was afraid to leave and try to come back.
The B word, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, shout out, you know, HEX P&W, you know, your network is your net worth, and just the opportunity for you to maybe fly by the seat of your pants. You never know what could come out of this little group down there of 60, where it could really help ignite some of these passions and journeys that you're on as far as this. I'm just saying
hey, just reach out to Randy. He might have something special for somebody like you, sir.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, HEX P&W is going to be there. Yes, Jules will be there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a strong community up there in the Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, you got Balliot up here, you got RH Max, you got Vets and Crypto, you got Rip City Pulse, you know, but Texas is rocking, dude. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
175 in the Telegram.
Nice.
You know, and I think I'm in that Telegram too, because when I went down to and I'm sure I saw you to the 555 tour in Austin,
Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio.
I mean,
my buddy lives in Hex Yoda. Scotty, shout out to Scotty. He lives in Austin.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do have a lot of people in Austin. At one point, I ran a poll to ask everybody, okay, where is it that you're at? And mainly people are in Dallas, Austin, and Houston, which are the more techie areas. And then comes San Antonio, and then there's like a few out in El Paso. So we're very sparse out west and up north, up in the Panhandle. But yeah, like we're pretty strong and going often. We're constantly posting inside the HEX Texas. So that's t.me/HEX Texas.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you want to ask AI one last question?
Yeah.
What do you got cooking? What do you got cooking?
Yeah,
what's the question you got?
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, for yours to help you generate a question. Guys, I've done all sorts of things. Like during this bull market, I got into 3D printing, and then so that's what this thing is right over my shoulder. I went down to the local print shop and said, "Hey, can you print out a transparent film that I can put over the top of this thing?" So this thing glows with a with a what is it, like a solar
It's like an LED light in it.
motion. Well, there's a motion sensor solar light that
Wow.
I got off of Amazon really cheap. Took that apart and then put it inside this thing.
Yeah, it almost made the cut in the video. I just ran out of room.
I love making things, guys. I love bringing my art into reality and having it to where it connects with people. So of course, with that, you have a bunch of fails. You have a bunch of things to get over. You also have a bunch of half-done projects laying around. But yeah, like if you guys have any ideas, I might be able to help you out. And I'm talking to the broader community.
Love it. Yeah, you know,
Well,
I mean, obviously Thomas Edison had a lot of failed projects, but you know, the lights on in my room are
show him your little King Pooey there.
Oh yeah, my 3D King Pooey here.
Yeah, let's.
That's cool. So to give people like an insight of why it has those colors, it's because he gets a roll of plastic that has the difference in colors, and so whenever it comes out on the printer, then it has that rainbow, I guess, that transition.
3D printing is insane, dude. It's just nuts with what people can build on that. I have some 3D printed stuff, but yeah, definitely. I mean, they're building houses. You know?
That's true. They are. That's crazy.
In my town, they're building houses too. Those ones that you see in the advertisements, that's across the river from where I grew up.
Wow.
And by the way, they're no cheaper. You know, all they have is like curved walls in the corners, but they are no cheaper.
I bet.
So
I guess
we
with
need to
that
get
being
hemp legal again.
Yeah, bring back hemp, you know.
Yeah, bring back hemp, and then we'll be set, you know, with that 440 acres, whatever it was that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
some tiny houses to get away from some law regulations.
Jeez, so much stuff. Yeah, Smoke Spider saying hemp.
Yep.
That
was the first thing that I tweeted at Trump. Bring back hemp. Actually, his granddaughter.
Yeah.
Tell your granddad to think about hemp. We need it.
We need some biofuel up in here.
Well, it's fuel, it's products, and fuel product. It's everything.
Sustainability. Yeah. I'm with you, man. AJ, you got anything else you want to add before we kind of cue things down?
No, just really grateful to have people like you in our community, man. It takes a village, and we're family. I mean, you're family, man. And we've been around here for a long time, and great to see people building and doing great things. And you're one of them, man. Really appreciate you. and you're welcome anytime.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to stay. I try to be a rock, and so like I've held meetups over here. I've organized meetups in other places as well as here in my hometown. Always staying centered, because we have something to represent. We've got to be respected, Otherwise people won't take crypto seriously.
For sure. Well, I don't think this is our last meeting of any kind. I appreciate it. Hit up Randy. I want to see the network. I want to see the net worth grow. That's what it's all about. We're talking about Panama. We're obviously talking about Vegas here. AJ, not AJ, but A Wild SJ is putting on the thing with Caitlin down there with, RG and everything like that. Some people say, hey, this, that, and the other. I feel like when you get to go shake hands with people that are like-minded and like-hearted and that are building, watch out, because I feel like it's so dynamic when people come together for for a mission and a cause that's just like what we're talking about today. We can make mountains go away and build this digital nation, and it's amazing. So
yeah, when people are exercising their passion, and if you've got the opportunity, like realize that God, what was it? Like we ran this letter writing competition, and then it was out of Togosh's pocket. He gave the funds over to the first place winners, second and third place winners. We're only using the first place winners design. So the second and third place was to generate ideas for further stuff later on, so that everybody's involved and there's constantly ideas going on. But that came out of Togosh's pocket, those things. Then he tweets out from the HEX Postcards handle, hey, we're trying to fundraise for this. Within 2 donations, we had fulfilled a $13,000 order. So
nice.
we fundraised like that. So, and then prior to that, just like a week prior to that, somebody inside of I think it was the PDI community, PDI pegged to $1, woohoo. Those guys, somebody made some sort of like video that said, hey, this is my appeal to the God Whale. Please help us out with Pulsechain marketing funds. I would take this certain amount, and then this per month, and I would have my team organize this, and this is what we would be doing. And it was a well done video. And since that went out, then somebody, not the God Whale, but somebody else donated all the money that guy asked for. So what I'm getting at is, if you take care of your finances and get to a good place on the blockchain, secure your future, or what you think is the right place to be, start working on your passion. Whatever your passion is, allow yourself to glow and grow, and appeal to other people in our community, saying, hey, I can do this for you. This is my proposal. Just like I'm asking people to participate with the reality TV show by doing auditions. I'm not an actor. I don't necessarily want to be on the screen. I'm not the most entertaining guy, but I know that there are other people who that's what they want to do. That's what they have a passion for. And I want to allow them to express themselves. So let's generate the right environment so that everybody can shine, and we'll find it. We'll find money in order to back you up. If your proposal is good, if you actually are dedicated to your passion.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me, as we kind of bring things down, like, I wonder if there's someone like A Wild SJ that might be in the LA area that has acting experience as an actress. Just saying.
Heck, I could put a Craigslist ad together and ask people, you'll have some people who dibble dabbled with crypto and Robinhood. You'll have
Yep.
no coiners. Like this will really open the mind of folks who are already in crypto and understand that, oh wow, these are new ways that we can connect to people. This person should have said that in this argument. So more experience, the more people learn.
Yeah, I love it. And I really think that, like, obviously, like many reality shows, there's a first season, there's a second season. This could really start morphing into other things. So shout out to you for, like, everything that we see around everything is an idea. This cup was an idea. So let's let these ideas flourish, and shout out to you for dreaming. I appreciate you coming on. And
One thing that I hate is whenever people tear other people down instead of allowing them space to grow.
Right.
Don't go and put a cage on somebody. Instead, promote their promote them learning, offer them ideas of how to make things better, instead of just being like, oh nope, it's doomed, it's done. Allow people an exit, so that they can save face, that they can so that they can come back stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
That's right.
That's right. No, I love it. Like, AJ, we talk every day on the phone and all that kind of stuff. I know you're a dreamer. I know I'm a dreamer. And as I was thinking about today's show, I was like, this is just about a crazy enough idea. I think it might work. The reality show, you know what I mean? Like, and who am I to freaking, of all the ideas that come through me, and some of it's cosmic consciousness, what have you. I feel like I get these, and AJ, you get these downloads and all these like inputs, and it's like, sometimes it's like, you know what? This could be an awesome thing for our community. We should rally around it. And so we need to have this conversation again. We need to do it again. You're welcome to hop on open mic tomorrow. With that being said, I appreciate everyone watching now on the replay, gang.
Thanks, guys.
Let's do it again.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. That being said, I'm going to give a little outro to our open mic session tomorrow. Everyone, have a great day. Peace.
Later.
We about to get balls pumping. You wanna see a show? Stick around and you'll see something. Other blocks repping chains. Can't be coming. PTV coming. We coming. We coming. We coming. We coming. Top spot incoming. When we market cap, don't be nothing. We about to make your pulse feel something over here. All pulse, no rugged. We about to put a stop to meme. Hunting only wants to shill. After us, all the memes gonna mean nothing.
Everyone, have a great day. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, open mic. Hoorah.
Konnichiwa!